Hey guys, it's your Ford Mustang here, and today we are going to go over the new Independence Day update in Ultimate Driving, where they added new tolls along the Interstate 76 exits. A new route which has been rebranded to a new symbol and number, in which was formerly known as Bus 40. Or Business Route 40. And we are also going to cover some hidden secrets that got added on this new update. So anyways, let's dive right into the video. So the first thing we are going to take a look at is the toll booths that has been revamped to look better and overall nicer in experience. Before, we used to have these tolls at every exit where you'll just have one toll and then you'll go through it. If you were to have the free toll pass, you can just go through for free, and if you don't, then you would just pay 10 credits. But now it's different. You see, there are now 2 lanes where they have a pay toll sign for 100 feet. And you can see that one of the secrets is currently taking place as I'm recording right now. The reflection changes as it gets to nighttime, if it gets cloudy or rainy during the night. Who knows, it could even happen if it's just nighttime, but most likely it'll just happen when it's cloudy or rainy during the nighttime. I mean, this is what the cloudy reflection looks like, but it's on a whole new level when it's raining. But anyhow, getting back into the tolls, you'll notice that on the sign it says pay toll 100 feet, which is ahead of the sign. On the left lane, you'll see that there is Ulti Pass, which is basically for people who have the free toll pass. And if you don't have the pass, but you have the Robux and prefer to go through a toll for free, which makes better for grinding, then I highly recommend that you get the free toll pass in the shop. If you get the free toll pass, you can just get it for 5 Robux. It's a great deal. And then on the right lane, you got the credits, in which you would have to pay a certain amount of credits in order to enter the toll booth on the I-76 exit that you are heading into to get onto the freeway. But of course, the amount of credits is very small. It's only 10 credits, like it has always been. Even when I first started playing Ultimate Driving in 2016, if you don't have the free toll pass, then you would pay $10. Although it was dollars way back in the day. And perhaps it has been like that ever since Westover was released in 2015. And if you just go ahead on the right lane and go right past it, you would get 100 bounty for a toll violation. Let's take a closer look. You see down the left lane there are Ulti Pass signs. And just pull up through here. On the Ulti Pass lane, you'll also notice that there are yellow flashing lights, while on the credit lane it only has a green light. I guess that signals with the yellow lights they can literally just go right through without a problem. And I also like the fact that 22 Pies added realistic toll signs that you would see on Delaware toll booths. I have seen them before in real life, and they are realistic. And for some odd reason, I went in the Ulti Pass lane, and well, accident happened. Oh, okay, so you earn 50 bounty if you slowly go through it, but back up. For some odd reason, I don't know if it's a bug or if this was intentional, but you can see that there are realistic toll signs like you see in Delaware toll booths. You wouldn't really see them in any other state except in Delaware, but that's the Ulti Pass lane. If you go through fast enough, then you won't have to worry about earning any bounty. But now we are going to check out the credit lane. So now we are going to check out what the credit lane is like. I switched to my alt account because if you try going through the credit lane and pay there by having the toll pass, then, well, it doesn't work, nothing happens. So I'm on my alt account where I don't have the toll pass, I have to pay credits. And you notice that on the credit lane, there is a yellow machine there that is specifically made to pay credits on. So we are just going to go ahead and hold E, and from there you should see $10 drop from my wallet. So anyways, here we go. Let's hold in E. And you notice that I lost 10 credits because I paid to enter the toll. And when you go through the credit lane, you'll get a message on the sign that says paid, thank you, if you were to pay through the credit sign, thanking you for your service and support towards the toll into getting on the interstate. So anyhow, we are now going to test what happens if we just go through the toll lane without paying on my alt account and my main account. See if anything happens with or without the toll pass. So here's a test without the toll pass. When you go through the toll without the pass and don't pay, you actually get 50 bounty, not 100. I don't know if this is a bug or if it was accidentally set the wrong number and will be changed in the next update, but the sign says 100. In reality though, you only get 50 bounty if you go through the toll without paying. And I've messed around with going through the toll back and forth, and if you somehow back up in the ulti pass lane, most of the time we'll pay, but every now and then it may glitch out and add 50 bounty towards my profile. It just happens as a glitch, maybe some kind of bug, but it's only occasionally. It doesn't happen that much. Most of the time it successfully pays through. And if I drive through the credit lane with the toll pass, then it will pay off anyway. Just says toll paid, no credits charged. So you have an advantage if you have the toll pass without having the worry to lose any credits or gain bounty. Well, every now and then it may glitch out on the ulti pass lane, but for the most part, it'll be pretty good. So the toll pass can offer you lots of advantages, and it's actually better for grinding because no credits are deducted from your profile. So that means you can also earn slightly more credits as well. There has also been a good chunk of I-76 that has been revamped. If you notice over here, the revamped part starts over at this bridge where you see signs for the new Delaware State Route 8, as you see signs for that particular route at the Kensington and Palm Shores exit to what used to be known as Bus 40, or you could say as Business 40, basically the business route for US 40. And we are going to cover that route right after I show you the revamped parts of Interstate 76. Well, let's go ahead and continue to what other parts have been revamped along with the tolls. So if you drive further, you'll see more new signs for Delaware State Route 8 at the Kensington exit. Well, most of the Interstate 76 signs if not all of them, are still the same. So we're just going to go under the bridge, and yes, as we go under that bridge, what goes over us now is Delaware State Route 8 and what used to be Business 40. So we are just going to continue driving for a little more, and then things get really spicy after the Kensington exit. You'll notice that as soon as you enter the Wick Astley Memorial Bridge, then you'll see that there is only 2 lanes that mostly pertain to this part of the interstate instead of 3, which, I think it sucks that there isn't a 3rd lane anymore. But if you notice, after the exit lane merges onto the interstate, notice how much nicer the interstate looks. Before, it used to be like a plain bridge, as you see most of the bridges that come across by the exits. Now it looks a lot more scenic, if you would say. There is guardrails now, realistic texture along the bridge in those squares, and a red bottom. Basically, kind of like it is over at the Palm Shores Bridge on US 40, but now you get some nice changes if you grind on Interstate 76, grinding over this scenic part of the highway. And it's like this until the west end of Interstate 76. They still have the arch over here by the South Beach exit. Most of the parts are still the same except the look and texture on the bridge. Maybe the hills you go up are less steeper than it used to be. But we're just going to pass through the arch a little bit. And then as we come out of the arch, you'll notice that the bridge starts to go down to a more leveled elevation. And while we still have 2 lanes, you got the South Beach exit, which is still the same as Delaware State Route 12. So we just go and pass by South Beach. And now we are just going to continue by, and like before, there are just 2 lanes. Basically, everything's still the same except the bridge itself is more scenic as a Wick Astley Memorial Bridge. I just hope everything goes well for the future. That, the 3rd lane was extra protection towards truck drivers who were doing their cargo. I mean, as a truck driver, it's best practice to keep the collisions off. But I'm just saying, what if a DeVille driver or somebody hits you and you're on the right lane, and then, well, you have less room for the person on the left lane to pass you out. You know what I mean? So hopefully everything still goes well if you're grinding or just casually driving on Interstate 76 with less room to drive on the Wick Astley Memorial Bridge. That's the only part I don't like about the revamp. But other than that, everything looks good. And like I said before, the bridges look a lot more scenic now. And I think I just noticed a change too. Before, the bridge that the new Delaware State Route 8 goes over, and what used to be what we all know, had a green bottom. Now the bottom of it is red. I think the red curving on the bottom makes the bridge look nicer overall. So we have some very nice changes. But now we are going to go over into the rebranded route of Delaware State Route 8 and some interesting quirks I would like to show you about the route. So as I said before, Business US Route 40 is now a thing in the past. When you approach the Cape Helm Open Circle and this is just one of the ends. You'll notice a sign for Junction, Delaware Route 8. So you'll see a junction for that route. Now what's interesting about this route is that it doesn't say a start or an end sign where you look in any direction that Delaware Route 8 is on, but there is an end sign up in Palm Shores in what used to be the other end of Business Route 40. But anyhow, if you go on this circle, you'll see a sign for Delaware Route 8 going west, or some people, if you remember on my YouTube channel, will say west, as you remember that meme video I made. But anyhow, we'll go along, and over there, you don't see an end sign for Delaware Route 8. This is basically a route that's just been, renamed. There's really no changes to it other than the signs, but there is something interesting at the turn in which the route moves towards Kensington. So we are just going to move on past the Wick Ashley Mountain and oil refinery, and you'll notice that signs that tell you which route you are on are now displaying for Delaware Route 8. This is pointing west. The other direction should be telling you that you are going east, like it says over there. Anyhow, we'll continue over there, and I don't really see a point in doing a time lapse since we are pretty close to Kensington from Woodbury. But as you go along the route, you'll start to see more signs for Delaware Route 8. If I don't crash, my Focus ST over here, which is one of the 11 new cars they added. But anyhow, we'll continue passing by some scenery, and once you get to Kensington, the route changes directions. Instead of being a west-east route, once you make that turn into Kensington, Delaware Route 8 becomes a north and south route, which I find that very interesting, and you really don't see that on most routes. But yeah, like you see over here, instead of saying Delaware Route 8 west, it's saying north. So that has a very interesting twist on it. And then the other direction, of course, is going to be saying south as you go along the Delaware Route 8. I'm just going to be sure to show you all the signs. And yes, over there, even when you're on Delaware Route 8 south, the direction changes east. And then you see a plain old sign for the north route, basically when you head north. And it should be a sign around here that says south, and here it is. So at this point, I've basically showed you all the directions, and we are basically just going to continue along until we reach the end of Delaware Route 8. So I'm just going to time lapse my way until we reach the end of this route, which is literally in Palm Shores, intersecting US 40. Alright, so you notice that there are some extra signs, and then once you got into Palm Shores, you'll see that there are signs for US 40, and this marks the end of Delaware State Route 8. Very interesting to have an end sign in Palm Shores, but not at the circle that intersects the roads towards Westover, Cape Henlopen, and Woodbury. Basically, the circle that we all know in Cape Henlopen. And in the dealership, you can sort out by different brands or high prices, low prices, whether it's in the garage or if it's in the dealership. So you can sort by the alphabetical order of brands, and then you can go ahead and switch over to low prices, well, the cars that are affordable. And then you can also go up to the expensive one, or high prices, and you can see that there are some of the most expensive cars in the game. So whatever your preference is, you can go for that. You can even search vehicles by brands or models. So let's just say you wanted to search something in a dealership. You would search it by the fictional name. So we can type Lofi, UTE, and there you go, your search result is up. If you try to type in a real brand name though, it wouldn't come up. You have to know the fictional name system pretty well. So you want to take a look at the cars that I have to offer. Even then, like you saw at Nothing Soap from Mosine, you would have to search up the exact number you're looking for. So if I type 115, then there's your result. So you have to know the fictional model names. But once you get the hang of those, getting familiar with them in the dealership, and you say, oh, I want this car, they can search the model name right up, and there it comes. Same thing applies to you in the garage. It works the exact same way. So if I type Stallion, then you all know that a bunch of Mustangs show up, because you know how much I like my Mustangs, right? Come on, you can't complete your garage found Mustang. You need the Mustangs. I think they're very swag. Now I'm going to show you some secrets that you've never really seen before. The first one is, well, you've already seen this before on a photo, but you now know that when it rains at night, the signs turn into a blue reflection. Basically, signs turn like a blue color, looks all watery, so slippery reflection, which I find that very interesting, and I don't know if you would really say it's realistic, but it gives it a weather feel. And now we are going to show you the second secret, and perhaps this is just the other secret I would like to show you, but there is a hotel in which you can enter, which is in the building process. It's not really done yet, but if I can just find the entrance somewhere, then I'll let you guys know, show you some interesting secrets, and I think I found it. I don't think you can really get into this building anywhere, but if you look carefully, you can see that there is a hallway, there are stairs, and you also notice that there is the door, which can be one of the rooms, or perhaps that's the elevator, and there's more rooms up. So that's very interesting. I have a feeling that 22 Pilots is either building a hotel or another apartment building. Who knows, but this is a very interesting thing to check out. Even though you can't really get into it at the moment, probably because it's still in the building process, you can still take a look at this and then notice that, you know, this interesting structure is being built. And you can take a look at the interior of this through this door, which is located on the route that intersects US 40 in Westover. And you could definitely notice that the building is still in process because it's only a tiny chunk in the front that's actually built. The rest of it is still just the exterior, in which you can see inside if you really look into the building with your mouse and use your cursor. Also, I gotta admit that the tolls look very good at night. Like at nighttime, you can just see the reflections from the lights, and they look very good in my personal opinion. And they look pretty good in the day as well. Though at nighttime is where the nice looks are really at. The stunning views that you could get behind the toll booth and take good photos. Anyways, that's going to be it for the video right there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video very much. You may like this video. Comment in the box below for your thoughts about the 4th of July Ultimate Driving Update with new tolls that got revamped, as well as parts of the Westover map. Small hidden secrets that were showed in this video as well. Join my Discord server located in the description, and feel free to subscribe to become part of the Mustang gang and receive new uploads on the FordMustangYT YouTube channel, as I like to upload ultimate driving content. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.